My guest today is a lovely, innovative young woman who is passionate about marketing and helping job seekers online. Guys, this is a conversation you don't want to miss. She'll be taking us through mistakes young people make when applying for jobs online. So, welcome to Voice It, Rose. It's
Hello.
such an honor to have you.
Pleasure.
You're looking lovely.
Asante sana.
So, Rose, before I start with my first question, it would be nice to get to hear from the horse's mouth. What is it that you do exactly?
My name is Rose Monohe, Rose Kamau, either way. I'm a marketer by profession, UN alumni, and I'm the founder of Ikokazi KE, which is basically a trending hashtag on Twitter that helps a lot of job seekers get jobs. It's used by individuals, it's used by corporates. We use it even to share testimonials. When someone gets a job, we use it to share if we get callbacks. We use it to share based on tips. What do managers advise? You can even tweet your credentials, and you'd really be surprised. Someone will call you and go like, "Hey, I liked it.
Yeah.
Can you come on board?" So it's just a revolutionary way, what can I say? Trend.
Yeah, actually,
In
it's a
this
trend.
digital age, to just brand yourself differently and use your social media accounts, not just for leisure, but to lift yourself up as a brand and to create more opportunities.
I like, now that you've brought it up now, it was going to be my first question. The Ikokazi
Yeah.
idea. Guys, you've not heard of Ikokazi.
KE.
Ikokazi KE is a hashtag on Twitter that job seekers and employers use to post job openings, right? Or look for opportunities online.
Yeah.
So, Rose, I think this is one of the most brilliant, actually, trends I've seen online. Like, yeah. So, how did you come up with this?
Oh my God, where do I start? I just resigned my job in 2016, and I noticed I'm the kind of people who talks. Like, I'll be like, "Yo, Winnie, I'm looking for a job. I'm just not shy about it."
And I like that about you.
So I'll
Yeah.
use, because in this day and age, a problem shared is a problem solved.
Exactly.
So guys would send me jobs I'm quite frankly not interested in. I'm more in the business aspect. I could get a job maybe in med, let's say even architecture, but now if I really don't know you, I will not share it with you. Granted, people share because they care,
Yeah.
but then you come to realize there are other people you can share with who are strangers and help them even elevate themselves. So when I started Ikokazi K, I was like, I'm getting a lot of jobs that quite frankly really don't suit me but can suit someone else. How do I share them? I was like, let's all use this hashtag, and then everyone can get to see it, because you know how Twitter works, is more of a numbers game.
Yeah.
So the more times it's retweeted, the more times you check the hashtag, the more it's there.
Exactly.
And I came to realize it's not competing with job agencies, it's not competing with the newspaper, it's just another alternative for privately shared jobs. Especially, let's case in point, Facebook. Let's say someone like John, my friend John, he can share on his private account and you'd never see.
Exactly.
But when he goes to Twitter and he hashtags Ikokazi KE,
It's open for everyone.
it's open, it's an open market. And that's like the fascination behind it. And that's why it even trends every Monday in Kenya. It's among the top trending hashtags. It's simply a game of numbers. It's just another alternative that, yeah, Twitter is there for fun. We can use memes, but we can also use it to help guys get jobs.
Exactly.
And people genuinely love helping one another, so why not?
What about the name? Because I think it's creative. Ikokazi.
Ikokazi KE,
Yeah.
and we really had to emphasize there's jobs in Kenya, because right now a lot of people do not think that. So the whole point is that there are jobs in Kenya. Unemployment rate is skyrocketing every day. We created a hashtag that is just showing you, yes, it's still
The
possible.
opportunities that are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just really need to see it, to see a lot of people doing it, and it reassures itself in your head that it's possible.
So the next question right now will be on. I was reading your bio, and you say that you're very passionate about helping job seekers online, and not just providing the information that Ikokazi hapa, there's a job opening here, but also how do you apply for these jobs? Because as we said, technology and especially social media has changed the dynamics of applying for jobs and also interacting with your employees. So what are some of the biggest mistakes that you've seen people, I won't say young people because it's not young people who are applying for jobs online. So what are some of the biggest mistake that you've seen people, and especially young people, because again Voice It is targeted to the millennials? What are some of these mistakes that you've seen young people make when applying for jobs online?
First and foremost, I think communication. A lot of people need to realize there's a reason we went through the 844 system. When you're applying for a job, you really shouldn't be casual about it. I advertise for jobs on behalf of people. No email subject, no email body. Your CV is something little too niche. You really need to customize yourself as a brand to make yourself stand out, because anyone can have a BCom degree, to which I do not refute. But how do you present yourself? And also learn the keywords in your business. You need to realize by the time they're recruiting, let's take case in point KPMG, they have a software that tracks the keywords. So if you're applying for anything, maybe even in data, you need to understand exactly which lingo, what language do they use. If those keywords are not in your CV, it's automatically gonna be filtered out.
Let me just interrupt you a bit, because you've raised a key point that you don't want us to miss, and this is on keywords. So for purposes of someone who is watching and they're not tech savvy, what exactly is this keywords that you're talking about in this concept?
Keywords in regards to the job description. Understand your job description and customize your CV and cover letter as per what they're asking. If they want that is what you should offer. It should not be generic at any point. You should not be applying for different jobs with the same CV and cover letter. That's the trick. And we have platforms, I think it's Alexa or something. There's usually a way. I'm sorry, I can't quite remember it right now, but I've used it. Let's say you're a digital marketer. There are actually websites that can tell you keywords to use every time you're applying for a digital marketing job. Is it understanding maybe SEO? Is it understanding video optimization? Exactly. Is it video editing? Is it photography? And then you customize it as per the keywords. Sell yourself a lot as you can, because a lot of these guys, when they're hiring, are really looking on spending less on training you. Yes, go the extra mile and learn it. It's not must you go to school. A lot of courses exist online, but also customize your CV and cover letter to highlight that you can even do Photoshop. A lot of these things, but understand what the job description says and customize your CV and cover letter as per that. Also outsource your cover letter. There is a Kenyan on Twitter by the handle Blaze, and he really does good CV editing for just 1,000 shillings. Reach out to such people. I know even recruitment sites do it. Do not do your own CV, I'm sorry to say. I'm not saying you're going to do a bad job, but leave it to the experts.
And then give someone else, an expert, to develop it. Well, that's very, very insightful, Rose, actually, because most people actually don't see the value. And I must confess, I'm guilty of this. I'm one of those people who are like, see, I'm a writer. Why do I need someone to develop my CV?
You need me more than I need you.
Exactly. In fact, that guy who is writing that CV is then who needs my services? But then now, as you look like at what you said, some companies actually have tools that actually pick out. Now that we apply for jobs online, you upload your CV, they just pick out. So if the keywords they're looking for are not in your CV, then the system automatically rejects
no
you
matter how
before
good
even
you
those
are.
people can touch your CV, you know. So that's really, really important. So guys, and please, you really need to look into that. And I want us to, before we get carried away, go to the second mistake that people make.
I think also what I've seen is being too casual when approaching social media accounts in DM or mentions asking for jobs, or even reaching out to someone like Chris Kirubi. You're like, hey, I love how you don't write hey, you write hi. It's just the way you talk to people. Also, don't be too pushy. You're always there in the inbox. You didn't reply. People really just generally don't like that. You can be professional about it. Maybe do a follow-up even once or twice. I don't mean to discourage you. You can keep sending your CV, but don't look like you're bugging them on social media that you're not employing me. I desperately need this. do not
respond to my message.
Yeah.
In fact, they say you didn't respond.
Yeah, and I get it. It's frustrating, but there really has to be a way to communicate more professionally. I've sent CVs and they call me 8 months later, out of the blues. So trust me, if your CV is good, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
You don't need to keep pestering them on social media, inbox after inbox after inbox, because I've seen it. I handle these accounts. And I just wish people would have a more professional way of approaching it.
Yeah.
Also, even the names you use on social media. You can be Ule
you.
Msupa Waburu. Sorry. You can be Rose Wangare and it's okay. Because these are the things they read.
Or Van Pasi Rooney or whatever. Those football names that men like using.
You can have it as an AVI, I do not refute, but also remember they're going to look through your social media account.
Thank you.
If you can apply via email, if you really don't want them to go through your social media, because I've seen a lot of people use your social media against you. The US is right now asking for your social media accounts before you apply for a visa.
Exactly.
They're like, where? Ila time ya Iran, ulikuwa na support.
Yeah, or there's a time that you are really spreading hate speech.
Yeah, like
as in this
against
goes
Trump.
against our institution's values, so sorry, we can't hire you.
Yeah, a lot of guys tend to do background checks on these things. Yes, so and also another mistake, not using LinkedIn to your full potential. I know people who get headhunted via LinkedIn. LinkedIn needs you to first of all follow people in your line of work. Exactly. And also love your work enough to always talk about it. To an extent, when someone is searching you or job or headhunting you, they go through a Winnie profile first. They're like, and these are the articles she talks about. She must really be passionate about it. Because even let's say it's computer science, we have Dr. Chow on Twitter. She's a Kenyan on Twitter, and she's very passionate about tech. She's always talking about it. We have various people who are passionate about what it is they do and talk about it. If you customize it, even on your social media platforms, not just LinkedIn, you'd be surprised. Someone will pick you out of 100. I want that person. She knows what she's talking about. So just share a lot about your work. Learn the trends. You can use Medium, you can use Reddit, talk to different professionals, not just in Kenya but globally. Learn, and also you can even copy paste it and maybe sort of alter it to the Kenyan market, but really love what it is you do and talk about it. Eventually, even as a brand, it's going to help you go a long way, because at least when you walk into an interview room, you're not just John, the person applying, but John, the person applying, but goes the extra mile of being passionate, educating others, and businesses want those kind of people because it shows you're very innovative.
Yeah, I really love that, and I love the LinkedIn bit.
Yes.
Now that you brought it up, we are not get carrying away, but we just want to bring it up. So not everyone understands what LinkedIn is. We don't want to assume. So basically, just highlight in a nutshell what LinkedIn is and why do people need to be there. Because people nowadays say, there's so many social media platforms. I can't keep up with all of them.
I know.
So why does every young, hardworking person need to be professional, need to be on LinkedIn?
Because that is where a lot of these MNEs, the multinationals, are. And you find someone like Microsoft even, when they're headhunting, they know exactly what it is they're looking for.
Let's start with what is LinkedIn before we get to
LinkedIn
who is there.
is basically, it's just a career application. It's where you go to brand yourself in regards to your career, that I'm this person, I'm a marketing professional, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher. And now from there you can get to interact with other guys, join groups along those lines, talk about them, talk about the trends and what is happening there. And as I said, you can also write your own articles on it. It just depends on how you use it to your advantage. I'm sure it's still
actually one of the tools I signed up on LinkedIn for sometimes back, but I wasn't active. See the way those people who just create a platform and you're like, and then it gets to a point in your life where you've grown and then you're like, this is important. So you go back, edit. So one of the tools I realized they introduced, I don't know how recent that was, because like I said, I haven't been quite active before. It's there's a way you can engage people they're calling mentors in your industry, where you get insights. So I really love that because it makes you connect with so many many people. So like the people you look up to in the industry and you admire them, instead of sliding into their DMs now with those highs that we are talking about, go to LinkedIn and ask them for insights regarding a particular area. That way, that person will actually give you attention, right? Exactly. So let's move to mistake number, is it 3?
I think that's pretty much what I saw on my end. Maybe one final bit I can say, not necessarily a mistake, but a caution to anyone just applying anywhere, is just be very careful on fraudulent jobs. You need to realize when unemployment is rising, crime is rising. In any society, when a lot of things are not thriving, you'd expect crime to rise. So a lot of these guys, especially call me, if it's an organization like Britam, UNHCR, you know their websites. You know their emails are supposed to be custom. It's not supposed to be rose@gmail. It doesn't work like that. If it's KCB, it's kcb.co.ke. If it's Safaricom. So just really learn and understand a lot of these people want money. Do not give them money to either get a job, to either get an interview, to get... Why are you giving a money to someone you really don't know? I do not understand, unless it's charity.
I like that you brought that one up. It's very important. Like, yes, again, as we're saying, the technology is providing jobs. So one of the jobs is for conmen to try.
Committing.
And so maybe, it's important to discuss the telltale signs of fraudulent job openings. And in addition to what you said, something else that I always notice, and I always say, too good to be true. So these jobs that tell you we are looking for this position, maybe a social media marketer, no experience required,
work from home,
salary range 100K to 1. If the deal sounds too good to be true, think twice. Think twice. At least there are jobs that you will get, opportunities that you will get without experience, but they'll need you to have hands-on skills.
It's true.
And most of those jobs actually are not most of them jobs, they're trainings. Actually, speaking of trainings, now that we're into this space of helping people get jobs online, the other thing that is also important, I think we need to highlight is the opportunities for the digital courses. Because we understand that not everyone has the capacity to go to technical colleges and even the opportunities. So again, if you're not job hunting, but you're looking for a way, maybe I have a job, but as we're saying, technology is changing by day. You need to develop yourself so that you're better. So what are the ways to identify opportunities for trainings online that are aligned to your career?
What I can advise is talk to the people in your line of work. You may not know something, but someone who's been in the game more than you for 5 years can definitely advise you. Go do this course, sign up to SlideShare, look for this. If it's Medium, follow these guys. They're like the head in this industry. They know what they're talking about. If it's Reddit, there are groups you can join. If it's Facebook, there are also groups you can join, and LinkedIn. But the key point is, if at all maybe you do not know where to get started and a simple Google search won't be the answer, talk to people in your line of work. Tell them you want to do this, there's Coursera, there's so many things you can do. If you just talk to someone, because me, it's my aunt actually was introducing me to it, my cousin, and all of them, different professions. One's a doctor, the other one's an engineer, but they're like, this works for us. Just go, learn this, maybe it will help you in marketing. I also have my former boss is called Fred. He's like, I think you need to learn this. If you want to learn SEO, you have to do the Google AdWords certification. Learn to talk to people. No man is an island.
Exactly.
You may not know where to start, but someone out there is always going to advise you for free, and you'd really be surprised.
So guys, the key thing that my guests have been emphasizing on from last week is actually the need to just develop yourself. So anytime you're online, don't just be going to social media sites. It's good to go there, but also create some time. The same amount of time you're spending on Twitter chatting or on WhatsApp, create the same amount of time to go to Google and YouTube, which is also a search engine, and search for the trends in your industry. Because as we're saying, technology is replacing some of these jobs, and employers want people who are a bit extra. What's your call to action to the youth as far as leveraging on technology, both for employment and entrepreneurship goes?
Do not be afraid to learn the trends, as you've said. Do not be afraid to reach out to people in your line of work and ask for help. Understand technology is not going anywhere. You might as well find ways for it to work for you. And that depends, as we've said, going back to the drawing board and even branding yourself. What do you want people to see you as? And also, when you go to the table, be able to back that up. Don't talk about things you know you cannot do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ruth.
Yes.
That has been quite insightful. I've actually learned so much myself. So there are so many things that we've brought about. Some of the people that we've mentioned and the companies and the tools. So guys, don't worry. We got you covered. We are going to share and link in the description box below.
Yes.
But it was such a great pleasure having you. Guys, I hope you are taking notes. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. Let's interact with the content. We would like to hear your views on the conversation that we just had. If you have any additional tips to add on what Rosa said, please share in the comment section and let's have this conversation. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and join the voice. It's cool.